Hey folks, Papa Joe here again. Had some good dinner back there. Not this weekend, but the weekend before. Mama had cooked some kind of steak, I forget what it was. Mashed taters, green beans, and all that. That's what I had tonight. I've had one froze over there in the freezer. It's an ice box, but I've got it turned so cold everything freezes in it. So it lasts a little bit longer. It takes a few minutes longer to warm it up, but I'm good with that. That way, as I have a meal or two from last week, bring out new stuff this week, I have a little bit of a rotation there. So, that was some good stuff. Let's see. Got home late Friday. I had a kickoff in Kilgore, then one in Lufkin. So I just barely got Lufkin. Made it in there just before they closed. Made it onto the house. So I don't know. It was 5 o'clock when I got home. And Mama was trying a new recipe. Well, it wasn't going good for her. It was a pork loin, spinach stuffed pork loin roll is what it was. And she was out of string. Frustrated her to death. Of course, the recipe she's going off of, they called for frozen spinach. We like fresh wilted spinach. So she came in there asking me, and I'm like, baby, I'd cook that pork loin and I'd wilt my spinach, and hell, we can put it together on our plate if we want. So that's what she ended up doing. And it was pretty good. I got a meal or two of that back there for some time this week. Saturday night we just had breakfast. And actually I got one of them back there too, a breakfast tray. Then last night, she knows I like her chicken and rice bake and all that. We'd been talking about it, and I told her it'd been a long time since she did a pork steak and rice bake. So she did one of them last night. So I got a couple of those in there. Saturday, I really didn't hit a lick at a snake. I drove out there a couple times where the boys were working, Robert and Lakota. Visited with them a few minutes. They'd come up to the house, take a little break, and get them some fresh water and ice water. I'd visit with them. But Saturday, I really didn't do much of anything. Which is why we had breakfast for dinner. Time they left, me and Mama talked about it. We really didn't want to go to town and go shopping. Neither one of us really wanted to cook. Breakfast is so quick and easy. She threw some biscuits in the oven, and we had biscuits and taters and gravy and sausage and bacon and eggs. So it turned out pretty good. And yeah, I got one of them back there. They got quite a bit done Saturday out there. I've got them where they've come back around the front. For those of you that have kept up with my videos on my property, they've come back around to the front by the road. And those trees I'd pointed out to you still needed to be trimmed and stuff, they got them trimmed. There was a few trees that the bottoms hadn't been cleaned up yet. They got that done. Then they started working the tree line back. and I told him to work it 20 foot or so, and they got to doing that. It got pretty rough on them. Briars and vines and all this stuff. So yesterday they got out there, and I took off mowing with that new mower, that Gravely, which I like it. It's a brute. And I almost got all of my place mowed in one day. The damn mower ate my wallet, and my wallet broke a cooling fan on there for the hydraulics or something. So as soon as my boy Robert pointed that out, I said, that's it, shut her down. He said, well, I don't know what it cools. Well, son, I don't either, but it's supposed to cool something, and with only one fin left on there, it ain't cooling much. So shut her down, and tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll be calling, say, come pick it up. This is what's wrong with it. I hope warranty covers it. I don't know. With it being my wallet came out of my pocket and fell down on beside the seat, and these fans are on top of the motor. They're not to cool the motor. So, and then it being a zero turn, it's got each one's got its, I don't know. If I was a mechanic, I wouldn't be driving a truck. So I'm hoping it falls under warranty. Whether it does or not, it needs fixed. But yesterday morning when me and Robert was talking, me, him, and Lakota, I'd asked him, how far do you figure you're going to make it today, to the end? He's like, oh no, we're going to do good and make it halfway there. I said, nah, I see it. I see you getting real close to the end. I don't know that you'll make it to the end, but I think you'll get real close. And they got within 10 foot of the end. And that last 10 foot's going to be a bear on them. While I was mowing, where I've got a little strip of trees there, the boys are working on this side, I'm mowing on the other side, and seen two little copperheads. Well, I stopped that mower with that front tire on that one, and that was only about a foot or so long, but copperhead's copperhead. Little guys carry a lot of poison. My understanding, they have more venom per bite than the adults, or it's more poisonous, whatever. Well, I stopped that mower on top of them, kept an eye on it, and hollered at them, and Robert came over with a shovel and killed it. And it was probably 100 foot from where they was working. Then I was doing more laps and came back around that same area, and probably 50 foot from where the first one was, I found the second one. And I stopped the mower with a tire on it, hollered, and Robert came and killed it. We do have snake problems, but I've got a big pond, you know, and I have woods. It is Texas. These things are known to happen. But with them being little bitty guys, that tells me that there's a mom out there that had a litter. And I want to get rid of as many as I can. We've done lost one of Mama's fur babies to a copperhead. I don't want to lose another fur baby to one, or any of us get bit. I told them boys, I said, y'all be on high guard. These were just on the other side of the woods from you. There wasn't that many feet between you and them. So, but yeah, I reclaimed a little bit more of my woods, or my property. Y'all know when I show you that back field back there beside the pond, back there towards Michael's, them big weeds, which we thought those were small wood piles in there, from where the guy that was cutting grade had just made a little pile there. I got cutting up into it and seeing how close I could get and trying to work them real good. And no, it's, remember the stump grinder? Well, that stump grinder, he left some pretty big piles of chips out there, which he was supposed to. It was my job to take care of them. But all them weeds are growing up around them chip piles. So I got all over that pretty good. Didn't get it 100% reclaimed, but I got it in there a lot closer. So, and the hogs, they're coming back. So this is 3 or 4 weeks that I've had a hog problem in there. They're tearing me up a little bit. We did notice that there's a place or two where one area, where ground stumps, I mean, they're in there getting them worms and stuff, that grub worms and stuff that's in that milling. But we also noticed a whole bunch of just little bitty places where they just barely rooted or rutted. And we're thinking it might be a mama and some babies. And mama's doing some serious rutting over here, and the little guys are learning how, and they're just rutting here, there, and yonder. So I told Robert he'd been doing some research on how to snare them, catch them in a snare, and he wants to try that. So I told him come over Friday night, whether I'm home or not, and have his list, and me or mama, whoever's there, can take him to the store. We'll buy what he needs to make a snare, and he needs set the snare up for Friday night and Saturday night. We will not set a snare and leave it all week. I ain't gonna play that. I ain't gonna catch an animal and torture him. I don't have a problem with killing critters. I don't have a problem eating critters. But I like to do it humanely, and I'm not gonna try to catch a hog and have it out there caught for a week when nobody can get out there to kill it. So I do have my limits. That's hillbilly in me. We didn't waste. We killed to feed the family. But me and mama did a little bit of painting and a little shopping. We're getting ready to put some more put some shelves in the garage. We're still working on the garage, trying to get some shelves so that we can put different stuff on instead of keep moving it around. It's hard to straighten up an area if you ain't got a place to put stuff and you keep just moving it around. So we're setting up to do our 3 big old 8-foot shelves in there. We'll wind up having to get more down the road, but that's a start. You know, that'd be a place to put all the chargers. We've got a lot of battery operated equipment, and she's wanting them chargers off her counter in the kitchen. I don't know why, but she wants them out of the kitchen and in the garage. Me being the obedient husband I am, I said, yes, dear. So we're working on it. Supposed to took off around 8 o'clock this morning. I planned on leaving about 7:30. I wound up getting rolling about 8:15 or so. I was running late. I didn't sleep good last night, and I got up early this morning and got into watching some stuff on TV. Actually, it was, dadgummit, Fired Up Garage. I got watching a few episodes of that, and they had one where they was taking this old car to Las Vegas to Barrett Jackson. And I couldn't help it. I wanted to see what kind of money they got for the car. They got $55,000. So they was happy. Didn't make as much profit as they hoped. However, they made good profit. And they got away from the garage and got some time off and got to play in Vegas for a couple of days. So that is my weekend. So now you know what I did. I'm asking for a 3-day weekend this coming weekend. The boys have got 2 good days to work out there, and I have personal stuff I got to take care of Monday. So we'll see what Monday brings. Maybe I can share a little good news on my behalf come next week. We'll see how it all works out. So, with that, remember, God loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed evening. Thanks for watching. I see that my viewer count, my subscribers is going up, and my view count's going way up. Thank you. That's all y'all. Y'all remember, God loves you. So do I. Have a good evening. Good night.